Hello and welcome to this video for Glory Goals. My name's Mark. You might recognise my voice from the Heroic Play. What I'm going to be doing today is doing a short hobby video on how to remove steam forged PVC plastic models from their precast bases. So what you can see here is we've got Miasma from the Rat Catchers, who's on her sort of pre-sculpted base that the models come with, and the little peg underneath. What we're going to do is effectively take them off the bases, like you can see I've done here with some of the other members of the guild. So we've got Pelage, Skulk, Piper and Scourge I've already previously done. So the tools I'm going to use for this are a pair of snips, a scalpel and a pair of needle files. Most of these sort of hobby supplies are easily and readily available at sort of local places to yourself. So in the UK, you'll have your friendly local gaming stores will sell most of these things, as will places like Hobbycraft as well. What the European or US equivalents are, I'm not entirely sure, or other places further afield. But that kind of place, like your craft shop as we would call them, will sell these kind of implements. So to get started, what I tend to do is to take the nub off the bottom of the model's base like so and just clip it away, and then what I'll do is I will start cutting into the base of the model itself. Now you want to take care while doing this, and you want to work around the model, steadily sort of clipping the base away, as you can see. And then what you'll be able to do is, if we take another chunk off there, and I'm going to come at it from here. Let's do that. And then another cut sort of here. So as you can see, you're going to destroy the existing bases. So there probably is a different way of doing it, but this is the easiest way that I've found so far. It doesn't take a huge amount of time. So just clipping away at the base of the model, and then what you can do is, you can see I'm sort of pulling it and it'll shear away, because it's only really the nubbing that we were on about that is holding the model to the base. So we can just crack it away like so, away from that, and then that just leaves us with another little, I don't know whether it can focus or not. There you go, it was. Bit of a nub sort of here where the snips are. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip that off, if it'll come off. No, that's it, done. And then what I'm going to do is take a scalpel and carefully sort of tidy up the bottom of the model. Now they always say don't cut towards your thumb and cut away from you. I wasn't doing that earlier, so I have split my thumb open on my scalpel today, so do take care while you're doing this. But just to try and get that last little bit, there we go, done. So that's fairly flat now and smooth. What you can do is just get one of your flat needle files and just give it a bit of a file, and that will just finally sort of smooth down all of the last of it. Clean the dust off, and then when you've got your other sort of plain 30mm base, Pelage, not Pelage, use this one, Miasma, will sit sort of nicely on the base. You can also do, you know, scenic basing if you wanted to, depending on what you fancy. I quite like using cork, so I've got a little pot of stuff to the side of me here. This is just plain cork tile, which you can order from Amazon or, you know, other places. You can also pick it up in the aforementioned craft shops, and they're sort of about a foot square cork tiles is what you can buy. And if you break it, so if you get the non-shiny side, that's the shiny side, that's the non-shiny side. If you get the non-shiny side up and you break it away from you, what you can achieve is getting some quite rough, rocky looking, it's really good, you can't see there what I'm doing. Just sort of pull it away and you can get some rough, rocky looking bits. You can mount it on the base, and then, you know, what I tend to also do is use some stuff like this, like this Vallejo grey pumice, to sort of cover up the base as well and gives it a bit more texture. And then you can just mount the model on top of it, so we could have sort of miasma mounted on a bit of rock, as so, if you wanted. But essentially that is miasma removed from her plastic base, ready to be put on any other kind of base that you wanted. So if you'd got resin bases, what you might want to do is get a drill bit, and you'd probably want to use some paper clip and get a drill bit that matches up to the rough size of your paper clip if you've got a resin one. Drill into the base of the model, insert the paper clip, and then have a look where the model wants to sit. What you can do is dip the end of the paper clip in a bit of paint, and then if you stab it onto the resin base, it will obviously mark where you intend for it to be, and then you can then drill into that part of your resin base to enable you to have a decent fit of that. So that is miasma done. So that's 5 of the 6 rat catchers. So I'll quickly do the last one, which is Squeak, who is the mascot. So again, I just want to take the little stubs off the bottom, and then we're going to clip into the base, and being careful to avoid the model itself. Just taking it off in chunks like so, and bending it. Just watch out for the rat's tail there. Clip through, snap that bit off, and there's another bit. So that's most of his base off now. Again, as you get close to the model, you want to take a little bit more care, and that's the rest of his plastic base come off. So again, we've just got the remnants of the 2 nubbiny bits. Take them off, and again, as we did with miasma, you probably want to tidy it up a little bit, so you can just sort of use a scalpel as if you were taking off sort of mould lines on a model, just to flatten the surface a little bit. And then once you've done that, probably take a file and just give it a run over to smooth it off. And then again, we've got our normal base, and the rat will sit on the base quite happily there. So that is all 6 rat catcher's now unbased, except he doesn't stand up because he's in a weird pose, but the rest of them pretty much do. Alright, hope you've enjoyed that video. Cheers, bye bye.